parties really offering two completely different visions for America. Well, fresh reaction from both sides in the aisle on the RNC. That's next.
There are people in our country that have been forgotten, that are hard workers. We do not hold signs. We are not on street corners. We are waking up at the crack of dawn, working and earning our living.
Okay, one of the themes of night two of the Republican National Convention, the forgotten men and women of America. So let's debate the effectiveness of that appeal and of what we're seeing at the RNC with liberal commentator Ethan Behrman and actor Dean Cain. Good to have you both with us, gentlemen.
Thank you, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
All right, Dean, what do you make of what we've seen tonight and last night? Because we continue to see media outlets describe it as ominous, as dark, as foreboding, that essentially President Trump is telling people, if you don't pick me, the country is going to fall apart.
Yeah, the word dark came out, I think, 975,000 times from the mainstream media yesterday. I didn't see darkness at all. I really loved night one. I enjoyed night two. I think I really loved night one, maybe even a little bit more. But I think the Republican convention is giving you a more positive and a big hug for America, as opposed to the doom and gloom of the Democrat message last week. I mean, last week I couldn't even watch it without getting depressed. And this week, I've been, unlike, last week, I was actually brought to tears a number of times in these last 2 days, especially John Ponder today getting pardoned. I thought that was just an amazing moment. Yes, President Trump is a bit of a showman, and it was a bit of a show, but it still was an amazing moment.
Ethan, I'm guessing you're having the opposing emotions last week and this week. But listen, we heard, too, from a number of speakers at the DNC that our entire democracy is in stake, the future of the country. I mean, very much that same message was there, just on the flip side.
Well, yes, I mean, so Dean and I clearly see it very differently. I see the Trump chaos is what we were fighting last week with the DNC, speaking about inclusion and love and diversity of thought within our own party. The Republicans, of course, want you to fall in line directly behind the sitting president, because they didn't even come out with their own platform. They just said, whatever Trump says. I never believe in that. I never agree with that kind of cult of personality where you fall in line with this kind of chaos. 180,000 dead Americans from the COVID virus. We have a president who hasn't stood up to Vladimir Putin putting a bounty on the heads of our troops in Afghanistan. We have a deficit going through the roof and a debt of exceeding $6.6 trillion additional dollars under this president. Yeah, I view it very differently. I don't want 4 more years of this.
Well, Dean, I think a lot of people would say a lot of what we're facing on the financial front is because of a pandemic that no one in the world could have foreseen or stopped. Maybe a couple of people, but we don't know about, the true origins of how this may or may not have been handled at the beginning. We don't think we got the full story. But Dean, your response to Ethan.
Yeah, well, I was trying to jump in there. It's like, okay, yes, but you can go pre-COVID pandemic and you can look at the way the economy was going, and it was humming, Ethan. It was rocking. This pandemic has been horrible. You can't put those deaths, 180,000 deaths. You can't put them on, President Trump. That's crazy to put them on him. I think he handled this pandemic as well as anybody could have. If you look at him and you contrast him to what Joe Biden had to say, it's night and day. And I think the president stands firmly on the side of science. He listened to Dr. Fauci plenty, and I think he will be absolved plenty well in the history books.
Okay. We got to go. We're out of time, but I want you both to come back because there's a lot more we can discuss. So Ethan and Dean, please come back.
Deal.
Thanks, Shannon.
Okay.